So in the orientation session that we finished lately, there we actually learned about various types of things. Like we took the overview of the program we are going to have, and today we are shifting the gears a bit and observing how actually things are defining when we start working in a platform and when we build a platform. Okay, so as you see in the first slide, our core thesis is execution over ideas. So we learn things actually by doing it. If I say it in a simple point, so it is the foundation of everything we do here. A lot of people spend years of waiting for a perfect startup idea, and the truth is that an idea by itself doesn't hold much value. Which matters the most is the ability to build system according to it, so that we make system into place and work accordingly. This helps to prepare the startup for the real market problems that are going to face. So, can anyone tell me that why is it required for us to build a solid system so that the startup should work properly, and what actually a system should look like according to you? Anyone else? You can unmute yourself and just answer the question. Ayushi, Rohit, Piyush, Janvi, Sujal, anyone? Krishna, Bhavya? Yes. Okay. Hi, Janvi. Yes, you are audible. Okay, nice. To attract the customer and build trust. Okay, that's great. Very good, Janvi. Is there anyone else who want to tell me about it? Okay, no worries. Let us move ahead. So, what is the reason behind why we need a particular system in place so that a startup should work? See, whenever you do something, for example, if you are preparing for something, an exam or anything else, in that case, there also you prepare a plan now so that things could work in a particular way, so that you would not be going to brainstorm yourself and just think about it that, oh my god, how am I gonna do particular thing, how I'm gonna approach that thing, right? So these things should not occur, and we will not get into that mental debate with ourselves. For that, we need systems in place so that they work all together, and we don't need to think and brainstorm ourselves and just place into ourselves in the decision and execution timing cycle. Okay, so for that, system is something which is necessary for us. Are you getting me? Just give me a thumbs up if uh, everything is clear till then. Okay, great. Okay, so ma'am, can you just change the slide? Okay, so now let us look where we are on the roadmap. So, firstly, it is the orientation behind us. And today in the session 1, by the end of this hour, our goal is to define how the platform clearly works and how the systems clearly works and plays a role in the particular environment of entrepreneurship and the startup building. Okay, so to define that, we need to extract a particular target audience, okay, and make an objective to judge whether the concept is actually worth building or not. So first thing is, whenever you are building a particular type of project, you must be knowing and do the research about it, that if it is feasible or not, if the ideas is worth building or not. If the idea is not feasible and it won't work and could not withstand with the market ups and downs, so the whole system will collapse. Okay, so it is the base for the startup, it is the base to build a startup. Okay, now Stutep is not a advice shop or a traditional lecture series. Here we actually spend time with our old businesses and case studies and all. We don't do such things. Okay. Instead, we are going to work on different types of things, like we work on live one-on-one operational platforms. We will focus strictly on bootstrapping and building sustainable and organic revenue structures rather than trying to chase venture capital before a business should even know who the customer is. Okay, so this is the main thing which is required. We are not going to put on a whole lecture series as usually done by the peoples. It doesn't work that way. You must be knowing, you must be interacting with the practical skills so that you can build hands on experiences accordingly. So, there are 6 phases of building a particular framework. To take a venture from a raw concept, just a second. Yeah, so there are total 6 phases of building a particular framework, and to take the venture from the raw concept to a functioning company, we use a structural internal framework which is called as the STUTAP builder. It is broken down into 6 distinct phases. So what is the phase 1? The phase 1 is R&D, which is research and development, that is solely focuses on today. We are going to focus on research and development plan, how we do it, what is the role behind it, how we do research about things, how we explore the pros and cons about something which is worth building for. Okay, we study about the market, how to validate the core demand, and look after the initial product market fit. Next is the phase 2, which is the minimum legalization. So, minimum legalization is required to securing the domain, handling the fundamental compliance, and setting up the core branding assets. Now, why it is necessary? So, the core reason behind legalization is that anyone else in would not be able to create a similar domain as we have. Okay, to prevent us from the copyright issues and all. And amongst them, some of the particular things are like trademark registration and various other types of things. Okay, so the phase 3, it is the technical design, where we build out the actual UI UX experiences specifically tailored to your target audience. Next, we come to the phase 4. It is marketing framework, where we create an organic, reputable strategy to acquire the users without relying on the heavy ad spend. Because when we going to start a particular business, in that money saving in a very smart way is required. So for that we need to make strategy in such a way so that the marketing framework would work that way that it won't cost us much money but give us better results as well. Okay, next we come to the phase 5. It is financial and operational strategy. It is setting up a clean bookkeeping, understanding text bases, and managing assets and cash flow correctly. Next, when we come to the phase 6 and the final phase of building the framework for the particular company and the startup, it is final system integration. So, what is the final system integration? It is where we actually document the standard operation procedures. Okay, what is the standard operation procedures firstly? Standard operation procedures are the procedures which we usually repeat again and again. For example, if we need to do a task and we have done it once, then we move out to the next project. Once we move on to the next project, in that case also, we need to use the same framework for the particular project. For example, if I am going to um, for example, you can say I'm going to prepare a PPT for a particular thing. So I will be following a subtle amount of framework, a set framework, so that everything is crystal clear and looks structured. So this is how SOP works for the things that I need to work again and again on. For that, I prepare a particular SOP for that, in which in which I will be including the steps. Okay, step one is that I have reached to the customer. Step two is then I do the follow up and whatever the next thing is. Then step three, then step four. It is like that. This is how a business should run predictably. Next, it is prioritizing over systems. So, our core operational philosophy is to quit straightforward. It is like um, the demand first and then the system. We work on the demand according to the system. Like if we had a demand of particular thing, we prepare a system accordingly and then we'll work through it. Okay. So these are the 6 phases that I have discussed yet. Kindly let me know if anyone has any doubts till then. Okay, so give me a thumbs up if everything is clear. Okay, great. Ma'am, can you change the slide? Hello, Pratishtha ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, you are,
Yes,
Anshika.
you are.
Um,
Uh,
is my screen
is my
visible?
screen visible?
I
Yeah.
changed it.
Finished it.
This was the all
This
six
was the
step
all
slide, and
slide and
we have
next
demand
have
first, then the system.
the system. It has done.
Okay.
Yeah, it is the slide. It is the slide. The demand first and the system.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah. Okay. So the demand first and then the system. What does it mean? So there is a very common mistake that everyone do while building a startup or a whole infrastructure. In that case, what they do is while preparing a project, first they just spend weeks in building the websites, logos, organizational charts, just before confirming if everyone will buy their products or not. So, for that, for building a product, we firstly knowing what is the demand of our product that we want to build. Is there any demand exist in the market or not? If it is exist, so how much demand is it? What section of people are actually demanding for that? Is that students? Is that an adult? Or is that a senior citizen? It depends on various factors. So let us look on the three steps that how we actually figure out the demand and how the system work when we build a project. So firstly, as I said previously, to find the demand. So for finding the demand, we need to figure out who wants the service and how urgently they need it. We need a crystal clear evidence, not a guess. So for that, we need to do real life experiences by talking to the people and by doing hands-on experiences by having one-on-one conversation with the people who we think that we need that. For example, okay, let us take an example for that. Does anyone has any business idea? So we will work accordingly and just look after it that particular way only. Okay, so is there anyone who can give me a business idea as an example so that we could actually learn it accordingly and it will be more easier for you people to understand how actually things work? Is there anyone?
Everybody, please don't hesitate. Please interact because अगर आप सीखोगे नहीं, आप अगर क्वेश्चंस नहीं करोगे, आप सजेशंस नहीं दोगे, तो इट वॉन्ट बी दैट मच इंटरेक्टिव एंड इट वॉन्ट बी दैट मच फन टू लर्न बिकॉज बिज़नेस में जब भी हम कुछ सीखते हैं तो हमेशा सबसे पहले क्वेरी ही आती है कि ये कैसे हुआ या फिर ये क्यों नहीं हो सकता. ओके, सो आई वॉन्ट ऑल ऑफ यू टू बी इंटरेक्टिव एंड even if your suggestion you don't feel like it's not that important or not, we are not here to judge you all. So please put yourself together and turn on your mic and speak if you have any suggestions or if you have any kind of thought you would like to share. So please don't hesitate.
Is anyone there? Tanishtha, Janvi, Ayushi, Piyush, Bhavya, Sujal. Anyone who would like to share any idea? Good afternoon, ma'am. Tanishtha this side. Good afternoon, Tanishtha. Ma'am, suppose we are having a marketing agency where we are like, as we all know, these days social media is at a boom. And so, suppose having a marketing agency, how does that work in this case? Like, how they do the marketing or finance, manage the finance and everything. Mm-hmm. Okay. So तनिष्ठा ने बहुत अच्छा एग्जाम्पल दिया है that when it comes to the marketing agencies, finances, etc., how they actually manage. And one example has been given by Janvi also. She said that lots of people are going towards AI, like uh, people who actually just lost in Kumbh Melas, etc. So we can build AI based systems where we can actually find out the lost people, right? So let us take this example. Okay, so for that we need to check out the demand for it. Where is the demand actually there? So for building the particular system, we need to check out the demand. So as you said that the AI based system which is required for just finding the lost people during the Kumbh Melas and all. So not just only Kumbh Melas, you can also install it in various other places as well, like in a form of smart watches or where you have the GPS systems and all, so that you could actually find out where the person is and you can relocate them according to the location and just find through them, right? There are various other types of festivals also occur in on the cultural basis according to the states. So there also different kind of melas usually organized. So वहाँ पर भी चीज़ों को मतलब छोटे छोटे बच्चों को संभाल करके रखना थोड़ा मुश्किल होता है तो उसके लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं यहाँ पर एनी गेसेस हमने यहाँ पे फिगर आउट कर लिया कि डिमांड क्या है डिमांड हमारी है कि जितने भी थ्रू आउट द होल कंट्री या फिर हम किसी पर्टिकुलर स्टेट का ही लेकर के चले तो वहाँ पर ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ फेस्टिवल्स जो मेलास एक्सेट्रा ऑर्गेनाइज होते हैं उसमें छोटे छोटे बच्चों को संभाल करके रखना थोड़ा सा मुश्किल होता है बिकॉज दे आर सो फ्लिकरिंग एंड वो इधर उधर घूमना उनको पसंद होता है तो इसीलिए तो इस केस पे हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं हम लोगों को फिर क्या करना पड़ेगा अभी हम लोगों को पता चल गया कि इसका डिमांड कहाँ कहाँ पर है राइट तो अभी हम लोग क्या करेंगे उसके लिए सिस्टम डिजाइन करेंगे सिस्टम डिजाइन करने के लिए क्या होगा वी विल क्रिएट अ लीनेस्ट पॉसिबल स्टार्टअप रिक्वायर्ड टू रिलायबल deliver on that demand we will going to build a design of that particular system through which we could work in such a way so that the particular demand should be fulfilled. Okay, so अभी यहाँ पे हमारी डिमांड समझ में आ गया अभी हम सिस्टम बिल्ड करने के लिए यहाँ पे क्या कर सकते हैं कोई मुझे बताएगा क्या कर सकते हैं हम कोई डिवाइस लॉन्च कर सकते हैं या फिर लाइक स्मॉल जीपीएस सिस्टम्स आते हैं स्मॉल जीपीएस ट्रैकर्स आते हैं इन द फॉर्म ऑफ ब्रोचेस एंड अदर टाइप्स ऑफ थिंग्स लाइक एसेसरीज वॉचेस हम उनको अपने बच्चों जो छोटे बच्चे होते हैं उनको एज एन एसेसरी उनको पहना सकते हैं ताकि किसी को शक भी नहीं होगा एंड आवर चिल्ड्रन विल कीप सेफ राइट एंड नॉट जस्ट चिल्ड्रन बट द एडल्ट्स ऑल्सो सो इस टाइप की कुछ सजेशंस anyone Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible,
Yes, you
Anshika.
are audible. Okay, so कोई सजेशन देना चाहेगा इसके लिए कि हम क्या सिस्टम में ऐसा क्या सिस्टम डिजाइन कर सकते हैं, ऐसा क्या प्रोडक्ट बना सकते हैं ताकि हम इस सिचुएशन को टैकल कर सकें. अभी कुछ एग्जांपल्स तो मैंने आपको बता दिए.
And not even in
And not
Melas.
even with.
Um,
um,
Hello, am I audible?
Hello, am I audible? Yes, you are.
Okay. Not
Okay.
even in
Not even
Melas.
in
Actually, during the festival
during the
session,
fest.
there are also
There are
so many rushy
so
areas
many
and markets gets
markets
too
get
overloaded.
overloaded.
I guess.
Your voice is breaking actually.
Uh, oh
Uh,
wait. Okay.
Wait.
Hello. Is that
Hello, is that
okay now?
okay now? Yeah, it is okay.
Okay. Okay. I
Okay,
guess
okay.
Janvi have
I guess
given a
Janvi has
suggestion in a chat box.
in a chat box. Yeah, sure.
Anyone other than
Anyone other than
Janvi who would like to give
who
any
would like to
suggestion?
give it? You can speak in Hindi also, not an issue about it. आप बस अपना आइडिया बताइए. According to you, how could you tackle the situation?
एंड इट्स नॉट जस्ट अबाउट कि क्या कहते हैं मेलाज में ही यही सब होता है. इवन ड्यूरिंग द फेस्टिवल आवर्स, ड्यूरिंग द फेस्टिवल डेज एज वेल, मार्केट्स बहुत रश्ड हो जाते हैं लोगों से बिकॉज फेस्टिवल टाइम होता है एंड एवरीबडी are getting out of their house to get some sweets or gifts and etc as well. So at that time children gets too excited to see many things around them, many shops, many beautiful things, so they got distracted easily. Okay, even during that time, or even not even, let's not just talk about the festival season and melas as well. Look, I live in Delhi, and there is a very famous market, Azadpur Mandi, and that's a very, like, you have all know that Azadpur Mandi is Asia's most uh, largest market as well. And every time, like, you जब भी आप साल के किसी भी महीने में चले जाओ या फिर किसी भी दिन चले जाओ, इट्स ऑलवेज रशी. ओके, सो देर आर लॉट ऑफ चांसेस टू गेट क्या कहते हैं, लॉस्ट. कई सारे बच्चे वहाँ पे घूम जाते हैं या फिर कई सारे एडल्ट्स भी वहाँ पे घूम जाते हैं. तो इट्स नॉट जस्ट अबाउट कि मेलाज में ही यही होता है. नो, इवन इन रशी मार्केट एरिया दैट्स सच अ कॉमन प्रैक्टिस. ओके, सो इट्स नॉट जस्ट अबाउट कि हमें एक पर्टिकुलर एरिया को देखना है या फिर एक पर्टिकुलर मंथ को देख रहे हैं या फिर स्टेट को. वी कैन इवन स्केल इट दिस अप. हम कई मार्केट्स में भी जाके ऐसा एक प्रोडक्ट निकाल सकते हैं, एक जीपीएस ट्रैकर या फिर एक ब्रोशर, या फिर जैसे अभी अंशिका ने मेंशन किया कि कोई एक्सेसरी, सो दैट वी कुड कीप आवर चाइल्ड सेफ और इवन आवर अदर्स सेफ. सो एनी अदर सजेशन यू वुड लाइक टू गिव?
Okay, so is there anyone who would like to add something? Yeah, okay, Janvi, you would like to suggest some idea because it is your idea only. Tanishtha, you also mentioned the idea, so we merged both of yours and just worked it accordingly. So, both of you, can you give me suggestions?
Jackie, actually the internship that chat box.
Yeah, not an issue. You can answer the questions in the chat box. Yes, and about Tanishta. I just want to include that you can just put a GPS in every watch system, like every day, like in everyday use. So even the children and even the women in our society and everyone basically, everyone wears watches, right? The smart watches especially. So what we can do is like we can put the GPS system in it or something. We can develop an app where it will like just show the parents' phone number or something. So if the child gets lost, so if anyone finds him or her, they can directly contact their parents or like take them to the nearby police station. Or we can launch an app where basically in that GPS or in that app they will show the child's profile and everything, parents' number. That's all from my side. Yeah, very good. So, yes, exactly, we can do so. Since nowadays watch is a accessory जो कि हर कोई पहनता है, right? छोटे बच्चे भी पहनते हैं, adults भी पहनते हैं, even senior citizens love to wear it. ओके, सो हम वॉचेस को एज अ को डिज़ाइन लेकर के चले एंड उसमें हम लोग जीपीएस सिस्टम इस तरह से इंस्टॉल करें जिसमें कि we will be having the contact number of parents so that if anyone would find them, so they could trace them through the particular app एंड उसके थ्रू पेरेंट्स भी अपने बच्चे तक पहुंच पाए, साथ में जिस अगर किसी और व्यक्ति को वो बच्चा मिलता है तो वो उनके पेरेंट्स को कांटेक्ट करके नियर बाय पुलिस स्टेशन या नियर बाय लैंडमार्क पे उनसे मिल करके जो बच्चे हैं उनको अपने पेरेंट्स से मिलवा सकता है, राइट? सो हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे क्या किया, अभी हम लोगों ने यहाँ पर एक डिजाइन build किया. Okay, now the third thing is to make it pay, which is the third step. So for making the people pay about the product whatever we have launched, what we do is we can create packages, subscriptions, etc., that helps us to earn from there, right? So for a startup, the only validated thing is when we generate revenue. If we cannot generate revenue, it isn't a sustainable business system. Okay. So, for making it more feasible and to generate revenue out of it, we can create monthly subscriptions. Like, for example, for the first time, like if a person installed our application, so what we can do is we can uh, let the person do a trial for 1 to 2 days. Then after that we will launch monthly subscription or yearly subscriptions accordingly. Yearly subscription can be discounted and monthly subscription or quarterly subscription, so we can launch it that way. This way we can earn, not just only earn money but also create a very feasible system to develop a whole chain of supply and the whole pipeline so that things will be easier for both the businesses and for the parents also. So, are you getting that the 3 steps of how to build a particular business, how demand is actually the main thing which works and which comes into place when we build a particular startup. Just give me a thumbs up if everything is clear till then. Okay, great. So let us move ahead with the next phase. Yeah. Okay, so let us move ahead with the next phase. It is the overview of three ventures. So, as interns, you will be directly contributing to the three real life ventures at the StoTap runs, and let me introduce all of them briefly. First one is Lokmart. So, it is the origin based e commerce marketplace, and its model is Ghar se Ghar Tak, where we are connecting Indian marketers straight to the conscious households, and we will be using this as a primary case study today. Okay. Now, when it comes to the next one, it is Divli Drives. Divli Drives is completely focused on industrial automation, where we build a rugged autonomous machines and AVG designs to handle materials movementing in the which is movement in the demanding and the real world factory and warehouse settings, and focusing on the affordable solutions for Indian SMEs and various other large infrastructures. Next is Zenzora, the third one. It is Zenzora. It is our end to end publishing house. It actually handles everything from professional books formatting to the high quality printing to the full marketing strategy for authors. Okay, so these are the three live platform on which StuTap is working currently. So let us talk about Lokmart. Ma'am, can you change the slide? Yeah. So it is the case study about the Lokmart operations. So okay, so let us use Lokmart to illustrate how phase one works in practice. Okay, so Lokmart is an excellent example because actually its success is entirely depend on solving the very tangible problem, which is verified origin and trust. And it actually involves the concrete operations and parts like dealing with the real sellers, verifications, logistics, and pricing frameworks. So this platform actually speaks to a real nation demand. On the one side, it have marketers like artisans and MSMEs, etc., who actually want a fair value and broader reach for for their authentic work. And on the other side, we have buyers. So they want a genuine Indian product who can actually they can trust upon. Okay, so now we talk about the Lokmart's models. There are four pillars about Lokmart model. The first pillar is verified origin, where we actually vet every seller so that buyers could know and getting the genuine products. Next is fair payouts. It is to ensure that the creators receive the proper values of their products. And the third thing is Ghar se Ghar Tak logistics, which is also the core motive behind the Lokmart. It is an organized and transparent delivery loop where we directly deliver from marketer to the household. Okay. Now let us come to the next one, which is supporting local industries. So every transaction activity supports domestic production and the jobs also. So the basic transition loop if we can see it clearly, is that the marketer lists the product. After that, Lokmart verifies and showcases it. Then, buyer purchases it with confidence. After that, the marketer sets a fair payout and the platform retains a small fee to sustain its operations. Okay, so we will clarify the exact fee as when the structure is actually finalized. Okay, so then after that we just clear out the payout, the pays. Okay, next, our immediate goal here is to simplify to onboard genuine marketers and also list their products cleanly and process the trusted sales. So, for a quick and critical note on operation, it is that if a marketer is helping us with demonstration or walkthrough during a session, so at that time they are not a signed seller yet. Okay, we must keep these two categories so we can completely separate to to protect our professional relationships and also maintain the trust. So in the onboarding ladder, we must always follow our 4 steps, that is demo consultant. After that we sign the contract, then we verify and list the actual sales. Now it is the phase 1 for toolkit and competitor analysis. Yeah, ma'am, can you change the slide? Next one. Yes, this one only. The toolkit. Yeah, the toolkit and competitor analysis. So, whatsoever we actually evaluate as a new feature, a project direction, or entirely a whole venture or a new venture, so you should actually run it through 5 validation questions. Okay, so here what we do is we ask validating questions, like we ask questions about the problem, about the people, about the proof, about the path, and about the pay, how this works. So when it comes to problem, we ask question like, is there a clear or a genuine pain point here or not? Here we actually discuss about how we actually figure out the pain point for the product. Okay, what actually is the real reason behind from which everyone is suffering from, and is it on sectional basis, is it a particular block of society which is suffering it, or it is a whole generation. Like if there is a product, so if teenagers are suffering from the particular problem, if adults are suffering from this problem, or if the people who are in their transition phases, or the people who are just at the verge of their retirement, or the people like the senior citizens. Okay, next come to the people who exactly experiences this problem, and can you pinpoint them? So we interact with the people who actually had that experiences and go through that particular problem. We will do one-on-one interaction with them and try to know what are the problems they actually have faced and what are the things were there due to which the problems were arising. So this thing actually arise only when we had one-on-one conversation with them. Next thing is proof. So is there any evidence that they already have or looking forward a solution for. For example, are they searching for it or spending money on the alternatives or actively complaining about the current options? Okay. Next, the practical path. Do we have a practical and cost effective way to reach out to them to actually solve their real world problem that they are actually facing off? Next is pay. Are they willing to pay enough for the particular solution that we are going to provide, or to leave us at a functional operating margin or not? Okay, so if any of these answer is a no, then we don't start building the infrastructure yet. Firstly, we pause and focus on solving the particular specific gap that is actually we are facing while asking these types of questions to us. Okay, next is the grounded research and competitor mapping. So, when we conduct research, we don't just search aimlessly and like we don't have the actual reason behind doing it. Firstly, we need to find out the reason, the pain point. After that, we conduct a research on it. In that research, we start with a single sharp question like, will the buyer pay a premium or a verified origin? Then we look where the actual data lives, like by talking to the real makers, reviewing the search trends, and also reading the consumer performance and the forums. And when you summarize all these things, so what we do is that we aim on three actionable bullet points, which is rather a massive report that nobody has time to read, or we can just prepare a research that always leads directly to the concrete decisions to build, to provide, or to drop the idea. Okay, so we also understand that there are a lot of things like the competition is so high and the competition landscape is so huge. So to look at the simple competitor map for the Lokmart. So can you so here's the competitive analysis for the Lokmart. So for the competitor analysis, there are we have key points. It is competitor, what they do well, where they are weak, and our Lokmart's opening. So firstly, the big marketplace, which is one of our competitors. What they do well is they reach a mass amount of audience and has a high speed. Why? Because what they do is they actually do not know the origin of their product. Okay, they just aimlessly take the product from any of the unregistered company or any companies who are actually not registered and don't have their origin, specific origin. So due to which what happens is they has a mass production and high speed of just restocking and going through the things and just selling them. They just actually work on giving the discounts, prepare the packages in low price so that they could sell the things in double the market rate or can create a good margin for themselves. Now, what actually they are doing wrong is the product, whatever they are buying in bulk, it is actually has unclear origin and low volume of cheap imports. Okay. Now, what Lokmart do is it verifies it has verified Indian origin, and the products, whatever it has, whatever we deploy, is actually has verified Indian origin, and they are of good quality also. Next thing is local shops. Now, what other marketplaces, what local shops do is they actually has a strong personal trust. Okay, because when you go to the nearby shopkeeper, you have a strong trust on him, because you know that whatever the product he or she will be gonna give you is of good quality only, and you and that time you don't just look after if the reach, if the origin is good. They just sell it in a way that we just brought it new, and we also started using it, and we have given it to a number of customers. We receive a positive feedback about it, right? So when we hear this thing that they are saying us that, so we actually do what is, we buy the product on the basis of trust. Second thing is that they indeed has a personal strong trust, but they do not have the digital reach or the national logistics, due to which the people around the for the local area on which the particular shop is located, only them know about the shop, only them trust on that shop, and that shopkeeper cannot widen its reach. Okay, so here what Lokmart did is it spread everything nationwide by digitalizing it, and just put up with an initiative घर से घर तक delivery. Okay, so the goal isn't here to replicate what everyone is doing else, or the point is to find what actually the systematic weakness is and to serve it well, and like to make other things and the primary reasons if to exist or not. Okay, now the next thing is track selection and next steps. So firstly, you need to choose your track. That is, now if we talk about the participants, that how will you be participating, how will you need to choose a specific track to focus on this batch. So I highly recommend you to choose on the basis of actual interest and skills. Okay, I want you to choose on the basis of the things that you have actually interest on. Like some of you have interest in tech, some of you have interest in digital marketing, some of you have interest in post designing and all. So it is much better to go deep and to do an exceptional job in a single track than try to spread yourself thinly across all of them, and focusing on one domain is actually a good thing where you can execute the practical and meaningful work in which you are interested on. Because unless and until, if you are doing something you are not happy about it, you don't love your work, so you cannot generate the results you actually want. Okay, so there are some tracks of the this batch on which you all of you will be working on. First is hosting and guests. Here we managing the outreach, inviting industry guests, and coordinating with the flow with our live sessions. You can watch the live sessions at StuTap on our YouTube uh, channel. It names as to tap only, and there we have invite numerous of guests, and we had one-on-one meaningful conversation with them, and you can actually see that how excited they are also, and how freely they are uh, actually celebrating and actually just sharing their ideas, and we are discussing the real life problems out there. Now second thing is the record and publish, it is the content. So there we actually document our sessions, handling the video editing, workflows, and managing the YouTube uploads. It is basically work related to the YouTube uploads, etc. There you will be editing the videos, preparing the thumbnails, preparing the posts, etc. Next is Lokmart operations. So here we will be working on the operational mechanics like drafting the vendor agreements, researching onboard legalizations and legalities, and we will be managing the pricing and the SOPs. Okay. Now coming to the fourth one, it is Zenzora Publishing House. So Zenzora is our publishing house where we run our premium coffee table book and magazine production for the end-to-end projects. Okay. So first task for you all is, let us look on the deliverables of all each and every task this week, as such as podcast hosting track and content track, Lokmart OPS tracks, and Zenzora track. What is hosting track? So here we will be focusing on the formal initiatives to our upcoming guests and structuring and hosting the checklist of the next sessions. Okay. Next is content writer. So for the content writing, here I record the live sessions and also assist Avinash for the YouTube publishing sequences, and also support the team with the basic competitor and research data. Next, the Lokmart OPS track. OPS track, it is here your focus will be in drafting the foundational maker agreement, where we will be researching the best practices on onboarding compliance and applying our pricing SOPs to list the new products and all. Okay. Next is Zenzora track. So what we are going to do here is we lay out end-to-end plan for a coffee table book and a magazine. The entry fee set is 1K per participant, and you will need to finalize the primary topic and complete the co-writing prices and get the initial marketing post live. Okay. Next. So these are the things what about the deliverables and about the areas and the domains of work on which you will be working on. I hope previously I have also sent you all the domains of your work, right? If any one of you has any issue about it, so you can tell me after the session, once we will end the session. So we will do a doubt session after that. So there you can tell me about it if you want to change it, or if you would like to be in the same session only, then there will not be a problem. So if you want to change your domain of work, so you can contact me directly and let me know about it first. Okay. So that we will move ahead. Okay, accordingly. So till then, is that clear with to everyone? Just give me a thumbs up if everything is clear till then. Okay. So now I'm going to wrap up the sessions, today's session. So so you always allow and build the verified customer demand, and the system must always be follow the customer's needs, and it is not like that the system is not based on the demand. It should be that way that the system should be following the demand which is actually raised up by the customers. And the second and the foremost thing is the system should be flexible. Unless and until the system will not be flexible, so you will be facing a lot of problem and the business will turn out as a disaster. Okay, so the main thing is the system should be flexible so that if you will face any ups and downs, and if you face any downfall and anything just happened, so in that case you can fulfill the gaps accordingly by putting the system into place. Okay, so as for your homework before the next session is to come back with one clearly finished deliverable from your chosen track and plan a good start, but execution is what makes us forward. So now just choose your track according to your interest. After that we will working on it accordingly, and if you will face any kind of issues, just contact to the people uh, from the particular domain. I have already provided you the information about it so that it will be easier for you to get to know who actually is uh, working on that domain and to whom you can just go through and just solve up your problems accordingly. Okay. So I have shared the sign up tracks and the sheet of the meeting in the chat box. So just select off your track tonight and we will allocate the workplace documents accordingly. Okay. Yeah. So I will be sharing you the I will be sharing you the path uh, in a few minutes, and by tonight everyone just let me know about their tracks in which all of you are interested on. Okay, or if you want to be in the same domain as provided earlier, so that is also not a problem. Okay, so just give me a thumbs up if everything is clear. Okay, great. So we have done the whole session, and can you tell me if anyone has any doubts about it, or everything is clear to everyone? Tanishka, Janvi, Piyush. Okay, great. So thank you so much everyone for joining today's session. I hope you will do the homework on time, and we will meet in the next session. Till then, just keep learning, keep exploring, and focus on the things. If you face any kind of issue, then don't hesitate to ask for help from your seniors. We are not here to judge you, we are actually here to solve your problems. We will not judge you even if the problem is so minor. Okay, so never hesitate to ask for help, never hesitate to ask for guidance from us.